Do you feel like you're in a messy relationship? Turns out it's nearly impossible to not have a little bit of mess, even in a healthy relationship. Listen to this episode for some tips on how to clean up relationship mess. Relationships can be messy. Even the healthiest relationships have moments of mess. It's easy to find yourself in such a messy relationship because anytime we combine two unique people, we are quickly able to see their differences. Those differences can be both beautiful and problematic. Whether or not it's a good or bad relationship can largely be determined by our thoughts about the person or the relationship. We like to say our thoughts are showing because they usually do. Even when we are trying to be discreet, our thoughts affect how we show up, and they speak loudly, and people often see very clearly what we think to be our hidden thoughts. But thoughts really do affect us. In fact, they are so persuasive, we cannot actually have a better relationship with someone than whatever our thoughts are about them. Some say it takes two, which is also true, but there's a lot of evidence that shows when one person decides to work on themselves, the relationship can actually improve. It's almost like the improvement begins a ripple effect of hope. The other person feels it and is drawn to also work on themselves. Sometimes we learn that we are just all human beings trying to make the best of ourselves with our human brain. And as we bump into others doing the exact same thing, we can learn to be more compassionate. Of course, as a caveat, if you find yourself in a harmful relationship, it is always best to get some outside help. Don't stay in a harmful situation for yourself or your children. We get to decide which relationships we want to grow and nurture and which one we need to set boundaries in. Sometimes we genuinely do have difficult people in our lives. We may even feel like they are completely wrong. Have you ever tried to see how they may feel? Maybe they think we're the difficult person. It's nearly impossible to avoid occasionally running into a difficult person or even being the difficult person someone else runs into, right? We can all have a bad day. Turns out, when we have difficult thoughts about another person, it can make the situation even worse. It can start to feel like it's not even fixable. However, it's been observed that whatever our thoughts are, our brain will seek to prove them true. So let's start there. Let's start by elevating our thoughts about the person. Make a list of why this person or the relationship is good for you. Why is it healthy? And observe what comes up. And then do the opposite. Why is this person or relationship unhealthy for you? Be very curious and observe what you've written down. Overall, if you know this is genuinely a relationship that is healthy for you, maybe it just needs to make some tweaks. Start working on those. Set a few boundaries if necessary, and start to clean out any of those unhealthy thoughts or habits. And let's see what happens as you begin to clean up those messy relationships. Until next time, this is my hope for you. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast. You can find me at stephaniejohns.com or on the gram at The Hope Coach. You can even use the links in the show notes below to apply for one-on-one or group coaching and to join my email list.